Hello and welcome to the homework helper for the fourth part of our probability unit. Let's go ahead and begin with this ready section. The first thing that we're doing is we're doing products of probabilities. And the thing about products of probabilities is it's just combining two of the things I love the most in the world, chance and fractions. So what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be multiplying these fractions together to get the probabilities. So for example, when we look at number one here, a half of 2/3. All we do is we multiply our numerator by our numerator and our denominator by our denominator. Find that product and reduce the fraction if possible. So a half of 2/3 is a third, which kind of makes sense. If I have 2/3 and I have half of them, I only have one of the thirds. This system will work on just like so. Well, numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. But then we get to interesting parts here for numbers 5 and 6 where we're dividing fractions. And I want to make sure that we understand that dividing a fraction is the same as multiplying that fraction by the reciprocal. So what I did with this 1/2 is I turned my numerator into my denominator, the reciprocal, and multiplied it instead of divided it. So this ends up being 2/3. The same would be true here with this 2/5 divided by 2/3. Instead, we should have 2/5 multiplied by the reciprocal of 2/3, so by 3/2. And so that ends up being 3/5 after these twos cancel down. Okay. For 7 and 8 here, we'll be doing the exact same thing. We see that the probability of A is 3/4 and the probability of B is 1/2. So probability of A is 3/4 times the probability of B, which is 1/2. And then we just multiply straight across like we've been doing for all the other ones in this section. Let's go ahead and move on to the next piece, the set piece. We're connecting representations of events of probability. So what's going to happen is we're going to be given partial information. And we're going to have 4 different ways of representing the relationships of probabilities. There's the notation, there's going to be a two-way table, a Venn diagram, and a tree diagram. And so what it's going to ask us to do is, given one of these representations, fill in the other 3 representations. So we begin here, we have male, female, blue and not blue. We have a population size of 200, and we're given some of these probabilities. All right, so we have the probability of blue is 84 out of 200. Okay, so if blue is 84, this would be 84, or I could write it in percentages. So this would be 84 or 42%, because it's out of 200. We know the total is 200, which would be 100%. Just going to write that small there. So just from this one data point, we can also figure out not blue. Not blue would be, what would that be? 160.